Hey guys, I just finished my live stream with an incredible video that Elon Musk had posted. You need to go watch it. It was only 4 minutes and 55 seconds. It was a huge patriotic video. Just, it's amazing. If you really love our country, you'll want to go see that. It was on my live stream, so you don't have to go very far. It was on my live stream. Guys, I love America. I love God. I love this country, and I hope you will subscribe and tap the bell. We also, in the middle of my live stream, saw the digital dinar. Now, we all hold paper currency, and this is not financial advice. These are a bunch of people that have gotten together that have been holding currency. I've been holding them since 2012. I've just recently increased it, but this is not financial advice. You have to do you, boo. You can't invest in anything that you can't afford to lose, because we don't know when this is going to happen, but we think it's happening right now. So while I was live, I checked the digital dinar, because I always do. The digital dinar went from 0, and I showed everybody on my phone, and then I refreshed the browser, and it went to 4.08. Boom, that's what's going to happen, 4.08. And we know the Forex letter says 4.81. We're about to see it go from 0 to 481. What do you think? Comment down below. Guys, I'm just excited. And then also, you've got Brandon Biggs on Prophetic Money on X. They reposted yesterday Brandon Biggs' prophecy about the stock market dropping, people that were in the dinar, the Dow dropped, and they felt like they lost everything. Guys, I have never suggested that you put your money in the stock market. So if you do, you might lose it, because there is going to be some kind of crash coming. We all feel it, we all know it, but we're going to invest our money in things that are real, like gold, silver, lands, houses, real things that increase in value. Rolex watches if you want. I don't know. Those are the things the wealthy were buying because we all know this fiat dollar system. I don't think Trump's going to really let it crash, but even Kim Clement said the Dow would drop 20,000 points. So nobody knows exactly when, but I'm thinking the time is, Prime Minister's here for 7 days. He arrived yesterday. There was also on X, I showed a lot of things on X today. I showed the Scott Bessent video. Trump is going to be the signature on all bills printed. In this 250th year, he's going to sign them. His signature will be on them. They might do a Trump coin. Presidents have done it before. There's precedent, or Trump, they wouldn't be doing it because they follow the laws. Amen. You might think they don't, but I've watched them. I haven't seen them break any laws. I'm just saying, a lot of people lie because they have an agenda, right? You can't trust liars. If they've lied to you before, they continually lie to you. And obviously we've made great progress. I did cover an Paul White Gold article. I don't feel like it's relevant for this. And then also on X, the Patriotic Oasis said, President Trump says, we do not need U.S. troops in Iraq anymore. Trump said, we don't need the military there. We were there to protect them, but we don't think that's going to be necessary any longer. Iran was a big burden on Iraq. They are not going to have that problem anymore. So Iran had to be dealt with before Iraq could revalue. Prime Minister Al-Zazidi, this is thanks to X Channel 8 English. Again, I'm the only one who summarizes it. Please subscribe, tap the bell. I have 15,000 videos. I work harder than anybody else, so subscribe, tap the bell if you believe in hard work, like America was founded on. Prime Minister Al-Zazidi stressed that bringing weapons under state control remains a primary objective of the Iraqi government, affirming that there will be no need for any armed factions after September 30th. So what do you think? Comment down below. Majid says Trump demands Netanyahu withdraw Israeli forces from Lebanon and Syria. I'm just saying, he's not in the hands of anybody. Trump is running his own thing and in making our country stronger than ever. Then Melissa Redpill posted this on X. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent announces there's $1 trillion in confirmed gold at Fort Knox at the current prices. $1 trillion in gold. The gold is still there. Bessent said, I'm happy to say all the gold is present and accounted for. The U.S. has the largest pile of gold in the world, over $1 trillion. That's what Scott Bessent said when he was interviewed yesterday with Jesse Waters. Why do you think they're doing all this now? Because they want you to be encouraged that the USA is back, baby. It's back. We're freer than ever. Then I go to Iraq's articles like I always do first. Baghdad to sign 18 agreements while they're here. They're here for 7 days. 18 agreements spanning all sorts of things. They don't say MOUs, agreements. Oil extends gains on Iran-U.S. escalation. The global prices, Brent is 85.72. The West Texas Intermediate futures price is 79.98. Still within reason. If you live in a blue state, why don't you ask the person where you get your gas how much of it is taxes? Let them tell you, right? Because if you live in a blue state, they're taxing you out the yin-yang. It isn't Trump. It isn't the federal government doing it. It's the states. I'm just saying. I live in one. I know. Basra crude jumps more than 8% on oil rally, but guess what? I'm the only one talking about the price of the Iraqi oil. Basra heavy is still only $57.99 a barrel, while Basra medium is $60.29 a barrel. Meanwhile, Brent crude is 86 and West Texas Intermediate is 80. Why is the Iraqi oil so cheap right now? They are bleeding out their lines so they can revalue this. They have to have a specific date where they revalue, and the oil is a different price. I'm just saying. So program-based budgeting to debut in Iraq's 2027 budget. I read that article too. Now we're going to go to what everybody else is saying. Again, my phone is blowing up. Sorry, guys. Well, I'm not sorry. There's a lot going on. I'm really excited. If you like these summaries, please subscribe and tap the bell. I mean, you know, we're all tired, but I'm excited to bring you this summary. It's my greatest honor in my life to do this for the God's kingdom. Ariel, I've been busy gathering information on unreported information, and I will tell you this, the consensus among long positions held by some whales in the more private side of this are coming to the conclusion that once this meeting is over, there will be nothing left to question whether or not this is going to happen for anyone still on the fence. Quote, Iraqi Prime Minister, we will announce from Washington the economic and political partnerships with the United States. The last statement should be your first clue. Mountain Goat, article, Ali Al-Azai arrives in Washington to meet Trump. Let's see, on Monday, accompanied by a high-level delegation to meet him. Coming changes are dependent on what happens from the trip. I prayed over the trip. I fasted until 5:30 p.m. yesterday. Are you fasting with us? Comment down below. Fasting. This is why the trip week is no other. Yep, this is big, guys. I think he's the 21st dignitary to visit Trump in the White House. Stephen Al-Zaidi, I believe this is personally being controlled and led by the USA and being told what to do, what moves in order to make Iraq successful, and Iran has their grip off the country. I personally believe the reason why he has not seated the missing ministers yet is because the USA is going to suggest who he needs to put in there. I don't know. What do you think? I like what Stephen says. I like what he does. Claire, the Prime Minister has received an invitation from Congress to visit. Boy, he's already here. They're behind. Let's see, Jeff, this trip to D.C. and Washington is happening around the rate change. It said it's simply for future business relations. So Jeff doesn't think it has anything to do with it. But, you know, what do you think? Walking Stick, what is the monetary reform trying to do with the currency of Iraq? It is trying to get the currency of Iraq to be at least on par 1-to-1 with the American dollar. If you have an Iraqi dinar in your hand, you want to have purchasing power of at least $1. After the 10th, we are actually seeing all these mechanisms come into effect. Many things are trying to get the Iraqi dinar on par with the American dollar. Do you think it's going to be 1-to-1, or do you think it's going to be like the 4X letter said, but it's political timing? I'm the only one who really talks about that 4X letter, even though it was dated May 27th, 2025. I had the military people and a retired colonel that brought me that information. Claire, Trump and Zadidi at the White House. Trump said, we love Iraq. They're well represented. This man just won a big election. They are very well represented. I watched that video. Did you? You can find it. I don't have time to show you videos because I'm already 8.5 minutes in. Militiaman, the Washington visit being framed as the next big catalyst for investment, tech transfer, and deeper global integration, all of which strengthens the fundamentals of this rate. Stable and monetary moves going forward. Mark Z, he's the biggest YouTuber. I respect him highly. He said Zadidi has arrived on a busy day of high-level meetings. Today's Prime Minister has appointments with President Trump, Vice President Vance, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Secretary of the U.S. Treasury. A lot of those meetings are happening today, so keep prayed up. Believe this is done. Do you believe this is done? I think Mark is on. He's probably doing his live stream right now. He goes live at 10, I think. Reset Intelligence. Iraq's Prime Minister is in Washington. He brought the entire economic cabinet. The Finance Minister sits with the World Bank, the IMF, and the U.S. Treasury working to clear Iraq off the FATF gray list it landed on last month. The U.S. Ministry carries a development fund to $400 billion with the proceeds to be held in U.S. banks. I did say, I don't know if I said it already, they're going to hold it in a U.S. bank, not in the Fed. I thought that was very interesting. What do you think about that? They're going to put it in a U.S. bank, not the Fed. They said that specifically. So I'm telling you guys, it's just amazing. The new financial system is being built. If you're a member of my channel, that means the paid membership side. We've been preparing for this since May of 2023. There's Zooms, at least minimum of twice a month since May of 2023. When you become a member of my channel, you've access to all that information. I've been preparing for you to profit from the financial architecture that's being put in place. You shouldn't be afraid, because God said there is no fear. And you're also benefiting from these paper currencies. I don't have any digital stable coins. Amen, just so you know. But I'm not going to tell you how much I have, but I do have Dinar, Dong, Zim. Stay here. You'll have all your information here. We're going to bring in the Iraqi dinar first, though. If you're praying it in, say, I'm praying it in with you. Amen. God bless you. Bye.